What's going on, YouTube? Timo here. Today we're watching the Bungie's presentation for the showcase for the next season and for Lightfall. We'll be discussing it. I'm assuming the new supers that we're gonna get. I think it was like a poison super or the subclass, and also hopefully get some more information on Arc 3.0 before we jump into it. And then the raid that we're getting later this week. Hopefully we get more details on that, or at least obviously they're gonna reveal what the raid's gonna be. We thought it was either gonna be King's Fall, Crota's End, or Wrath of the Machine, something like that. I'm assuming everybody most likely thinks that it's going to be King's Fall, so we'll see. We'll find out today. If you enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about the presentation today. Let's get right into it. Let's get it.
This is Lightfall.
When they see this glorious end, they will come for us. To savor the fruitless struggle to its last drop. It's who they are. Let them come and see. Our shape reveal what they do then.
So we're getting a new look for the Cabal.
Unshackled from hope. That is who they are.
So this is the new poison subclass.
In the end,
Wait a minute, do we get grappling guns?
are we
Or
free?
we can, I guess, for the hunters. Okay.
I've seen that.
Callus is really crash landing with a new and more powerful army than ever before. They've got new powers, they've got new armor, they've got tormentors to join their ranks that are going to be bigger and badder enemies than we've ever faced. Callus is taking that army that he's bringing with him to be the harbinger of the Witness's doom.
This is such a pivotal moment for Destiny. Everyone is coming to have a last stand with Callus and the Witness to really avoid the next collapse, something that we've been trying to avoid ever since Destiny 1.
We see in the trailer that we're headed to Neptune, and on Neptune there's been this hidden city called Neomuna where an alternate version of humanity has been blooming since the collapse.
Neomuna is the capital city of Neptune. It's a giant metropolis that we were completely unaware existed until now. What's interesting and exciting to me about this place is that it's pristine, it's new. It's not like a lot of the places that we've explored previously in Destiny. Exploring that space is very, very cool.
There's so much new stuff to discover in Neomuna and in Neptune. And also I saw some new characters there. I'm really excited to get to know Cloud Striders and their story.
Do they have their own guardians?
Cloud Striders can be compared to Guardians. They're both protectors of a civilization that's potentially under threat. But Guardians were chosen. It's their duty to protect humanity. Cloud Striders have chosen to protect their people.
There's like an awesome opportunity for the Guardians to learn from the Cloud Striders and their way of living and their philosophy of life.
So we've got the newness of that city, the
Guardians
newness of the
are,
Cloud Striders
like,
that
immortal
we've
and super
never
old.
been aware
What do
of.
we have to
And then,
learn
of course,
from
you get a
anyone?
glimpse of. I wonder what that is.
Strand is the new darkness power that we discover here. Something that's unique about Strand, unlike any of these other powers we've ever had before, when you play through Lightfall, you are discovering this power for the first time. No one in the universe ever in the history of Destiny has used Strand before.
This is the Guardian discovering darkness on their own and learning how to shape it and manipulate it and use it against Callus and his forces and, you know, have fun in the new urban environment of Neomuna. You are really gonna have to prepare yourself for a wild ride.
We just got a glimpse of our new destination, Neomuna, our new foe, Callus and the Shadow Legion, paired with the Witness, and a very brief glimpse at Strand, but that's just barely scratching the surface of what this release has to offer.
Right, like what we've just seen in that trailer is just the
Not
tip
sure
of the
how I
iceberg.
feel about the name
and we've got a
Strand.
whole lot more we're excited to show you coming up.
And we heard loud and clear that you want more of that. In fact, 2 out of every 3 players that completed the Witch Queen campaign did it on Legendary.
You tested yourself against the Witch Queen in her Lucent
I did
Hive
it with
and
all the
rose to
characters
that
on
challenge.
Legendary.
And then you let us know it was one of the best shooter experiences that we've ever made.
So with Lightfall, we want to push that even further. We want to give you the best Bungie action experience that we can create with the brand
Why is the
new
Lightfall
campaign.
like logo? It looks like the
Lightfall is going
Lightyear
to
logo.
change the way that our players move,
am I
fight,
wrong?
and explore everywhere in Destiny.
Neptune is this fantastic destination. The capital city of Neomuna is a really fun place to explore, and it's this bright neon metropolis. There's a harbor, office buildings, an arcade.
This is a city that we've made, and using Strand to traverse through it and explore it, it's going to be so exciting.
There's some places that once you whip out that grappling hook, ooh, you're gonna be able to explore and get to places that you couldn't before.
Look at that up there. I wonder if I can grapple to there. I'm going to be a kid in a candy store.
Neptune now has to deal with the cloak being pulled back and them being revealed to the world and are now central of the conflict.
Callus has taken his capital ship and just like planted it right down in part of the city, and it's Cabal-occupied territory. It's a city under siege. You've got this infiltrator vibe at times where you feel like a tactical team going into a skyscraper. You're dealing with Cabal roadblocks and patrols all throughout the city. The Shadow Legion, they provide that like characteristic Cabal brute strength. They're all about like volatility and power, and they've been enhanced now by pyramid technology. They have these suppression devices that can take away some of your super, or take away some of your abilities. And then they fight alongside these terrifying new pyramid units called Tormentors.
As part of his discipleship to the Witness, Callus has been upgraded. And so the Tormentors that they've brought in are these impossibly huge, unstoppable behemoths. They wield scythes, they can attack from a distance, they can bring you in close, they can drain your very life force from you. They are basically embodiments of terror.
It's like a boss character within the battlefield. Your stomach drops. You're like, okay, I'm playing through, I'm having fun, I'm popping heads, doing this thing, and then boom, there it is.
Whoa.
Strand, like Stasis, is a power from the darkness. Unlike our light abilities, which are all about creation, darkness is more about consciousness.
Strand is psychic energy that forms this extra dimension, or this sort of matrix that connects everything together, connects all living beings and all minds. And you, the Guardian, are sort of gaining the knowledge and gaining the power to peer into this alternate psychic universe and begin to pull at these threads and tug at these wires that are connecting all of these living beings.
When Guardians learn how to use Strand, it's almost like this third eye opens up. It's about peeling back the curtain of reality, taking those connections and then weaving them into new objects.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool to see them come together. Like, it's always been there, and now that we can tap into it, we can use it for our benefit, whether it's through movement or through damage.
These conversations must be so awkward because they both know.
Since you're seeing into this,
they both
cosmic
worked
web,
on it. They both know what
you are
they're
able
like,
to
what each other's
grapple at
talking
any
about.
point, because the cosmic web
But they're talking
everywhere.
about it like they're talking
Even
to
if there's
somebody who
not
has
an
no
object
idea.
there, it will hook on to that web and pull you
I don't know.
forward.
It
It's
just
just taking
seemed
that
weird
idea
to
to
me.
the next level,
Yeah.
putting that
The
destiny spin on it.
Yep.
Like they're not
grappling
looking at the
hook
camera and
initially
talking to
started as
us. They're
part of the
talking to
hunter's
each
kit,
other.
Right? They're all about fluid movement, rapidly traversing space, and being very agile. But as we were developing, it's like, oh man, this feels like it's too much fun to just keep it to one class, right? So we made the call to expand this super cool new ability across all 3 classes. On the design side, we wanted to come up with how each of the classes interpreted this additional psychic dimension, like in their own way, right? So the Warlock, they're the telekinetic master of Strand. So they're going to be able to telepathically reach into the Strand dimension, pull matter out, and weave it into this big barrage of these Strand missiles. Wherever they land, these missiles are actually going to unravel, sort of reweave themselves into a new form.
With the Titan, you're able
So
to
we get a blade
weave
brush
these
as
claws
well?
and do an area of damage around you, spinning and slashing.
The super I think I'm most excited for is the Hunter Rope Dart super. The Hunter does a flip and weaves these strands into this rope dart and is swinging it as they're kind of moving around.
That is pretty cool.
The first time I saw that, even in its kind of like rough state, it just blew my mind.
It looks like it's more for ad control. I don't know.
We've learned a lot from creating our other subclasses, and we've taken those learnings
How
about
you're gonna
combat,
mold that
about
for
movement, about build
DPS,
crafting.
you know?
We've
The changes we're making to make Destiny easier to come into, changes to how you build your characters, changes to how you see what there is to do and what there is to accomplish. And in the year ahead, we're actually making it easier to form groups in Destiny so you can go and do some of the greatest content that Destiny has to offer.
All the teams are working together to build this experience, and so that's what's really exciting.
We keep on hearing from players like, hey, unless I have a friend to play with, I don't know what to do. And so what we're trying to give them is like, hey, here's a path to follow. Guardian ranks are basically like a knowledge ladder. We actually progress you through 11 ranks, and it's really like heavily focusing on like exposing players to all the systems of Destiny.
At some point, the story about you as a Guardian involves other Guardians and what they think about you. That is just a whole new dimension of your journey through Destiny that we've never really explored before.
Any help?
You show up in the tower and you see that person who's
Guardians?
at one of the highest ranks, you're going to know that you're looking at a player who's actually really demonstrated mastery of many of the different activities in Destiny, not just from our perspective, but from the perspective of other players.
On a regular basis.
In the year of Lightfall, we're going to actually be investing in building a looking for group system in Destiny itself. You'll be able to look for other players, you'll be able to find groups that are looking for players.
I'm so excited about being able to form
Cool, now
groups
we
in the
have
next
toxic
coming year
LG
because
on Destiny
it
itself.
can be really hard to get through some of the hard content solo, and making it so much easier to find people to play with is just going to make getting into Destiny and doing the awesome content so much easier.
Yeah, and they'll be able to say, this is a player who I can trust to lead me through the new raid. I want to join their group. Or they can say, these are players who are new to the activity. I want to take them for that first raid because that'll be a great experience for them and a valuable experience for me as a leader.
It's really going to help players come together and understand each other better when they've never met before. It's going to make the game so much more social, and I think that it's going to really make Destiny players feel like they're on one team.
So commendations is a feature that you'll experience towards the end of an activity. So you end the activity now and you get to see the screen that has all the people you played with. You can click on one of the Guardians and choose what experience you had with them. So like, were they a good team player? Were they fun to play with?
There's
No,
better
this
way
is not
to
good.
actually show how good a person is as a teammate or as a leader than to have other players say, this person's a great teammate, this person's a great leader. It's really a system
I can see this
that's
going
designed
both
to
ways. Like people
let
being really
players
cool
show
about it.
appreciation for each other.
Also using the commendation system,
Or
people are
people
going
being
to be
really
able to
shitty
say like,
about
hey,
it,
this
you know?
person as a good leader and looking at the Guardian rank system, they have a lot of experience. It's going to be, oh, that's the person I want to help me get through this hard content that I've been struggling with.
Social games like Destiny give you an opportunity to like really connect with other people and do things together and get to know each other. And with a system like LFG, you're making it so that more people can get that experience started than ever before.
Both the loadout screen and the mod manager are completely new features.
The mod manager is meant to make build construction in Destiny a lot easier.
We all love our fashion game. Fashion game's amazing. And so we're gonna take what we did for the fashion game and we're bringing it to the Buildcraft game. There's gonna be one screen where you can go to and do your entire loadout for your character. It's gonna be amazing.
So you'll be able to save the build that you've put together as a loadout and then switch between those things as you're going from activity to activity.
Thank
Yeah, I
God.
feel
Now I
like
don't gotta
with
do
the
it
new
on
release Destiny
the item
and the
Destiny item
accommodation
manager.
system.
We may even need to find a captain to join us on our next adventure in the season of Plunder.
I thought this was a freaking troll, dude. Oh my God.
The old crew's now really under her command.
I've read about them. What is the human word?
Pirates. The full vanguard should be rallied to deal with
I knew the
these
drifter was gonna be
outlaws.
Well, anchors away.
Now go show those pirates what happens when they crush Spiderhead. Hope you've got ammunition, Guardian.
Time to blow this rickety barge.
Whoa. Was that a blade?
You got the goods, Guardian.
You can throw the staff?
Sorry, getting a little swept up in all this adventuring.
Oh my God.
What are you most excited about for Season of Plunder?
Pirates.
Pirates. Bring a sword.
This season we said, what if we just go to the stars and dig up buried treasure?
We are unearthing a lot of mysteries and secrets. We're swashbuckling onto enemy spaceships. And then we're also learning a lot of things about some of our favorite characters.
We're gonna have an adventure this season.
Season of Plunder kicks off with Aramis being freed from her icy prison. She's collected old, fallen crews of pirates and rogue cabal together in order to hunt down mysterious relics and treasures.
It's time to meet your end.
So Guardians are tasked with stopping Aramis from collecting these relics. And in order to do that, you have to create your own crew of shady dealers and backroom brokers.
Drifter, Mithrax, Ido, and Spider are going to be helping you.
Anchors away. Ready when you are, Captain.
That's the beginning of Season of Plunder.
This season, we have multiple brand new activities coming that will really give you a sense of being on a pirate adventure. One of the mainstays of this season is a new 6-player offensive called Catch Crash.
When I saw the concept for the catch with the big mainsails on it, I just said, oh my God, this is gonna be a fun season.
Just like seeing Catch Crash through the different iterations, like fighting on the deck of the ship.
You get to become your own ammunition and launch yourself from a cannon to the other ship.
TFTs already did
You are
that.
the weapon, so you're gonna go mess them up.
The second big activity we have coming this season is called Expedition. You're going to be guiding a massive drill that's looking for this buried, hidden pirate treasure, and you're going to have to be fending off of all these pirate crews trying to protect their hoards. And then our final new activity coming this season is what we're calling pirate hideouts.
We have so many like different little maps that you can piece together fragments of this season, and they lead you to the lair of the pirate lord, right? Their hideout.
These are their caves where they're hoarding all of their amazing treasures and their mysterious relics.
These relics are mysterious objects of dark power, and they're all over the system. We don't know exactly what it is they do yet, but if Aramis is trying to collect them, it's nothing good.
Taking the opportunity to line the Arc 3.0 update with the Fallen, it just ended up working out perfectly because you got all the simple Arc weaponry and the Arc shielded captains. It feels right with that release, almost like we planned it.
Arc is a damage type that's about proximity, right? It's about going fast up into your enemy spaces and like deleting them. It's the damage type for people that want to hold W. You don't want to retreat.
Unbridled aggression to the max.
Hunter is really about close range action, being fluid and dynamic and agile, evasive. So we're going to give Arc Hunter a new super. We call it Gathering Storm, where you summon your Arc Staff, like twirl above your head, and then launch it out, and then it will embed into the ground or into like bosses or mini bosses or champions and jolt them. Like a big lightning strike will strike the staff and overcharge it. And while that staff is overcharged, it'll start Tesla coiling little lightning bolts out at nearby enemies. Warlock is kind of this elemental conduit. You are a class that will turn yourself into lightning.
All right,
will
but
create things out of lightning.
Can you pick up the staff?
We had this exotic armor piece called Getaway Artist, where you
after you
consume
drop
your
it,
grenade
or
and
after
make
you
what we call a
stab into
sentient
the
arc soul
ground,
that
or
fires
into
faster and does more damage as a result. So we
a
decided to roll
boss
that into
to, like, move
base
it,
arc soul
because
behavior. Anytime you are amplified,
it's
any
rare
arc soul
when,
you have
you know,
from any source will
you're
become
getting
the supercharged
waves
version
of ads
that will fire off
in
just
one
rapid
spot,
fire
or the boss
bolts.
is going to stand in one spot for long enough for that to do a significant amount of damage.
Titan's about being this unstoppable freight train. It's about this constant movement.
Unless the area of
we
effect
gave
is, like,
Titans
really
a new
big.
movement option. Something that we felt like is going to be competitive in this new environment of air dodges and air slams. That's a new ability called Thruster. And it's all in first person. It's all very much in the heat of the moment. You see it happen. Its whole property is like rush down or getaway. It's a movement tool to the max. There's going to be this new melee ability called Thunderclap, which is like an amazing thing where he like charges his fist, all super flashy. It's our first ever charge melee, so you hold down the button, and as that cocks back and charges up, you'll end up doing more damage and getting a little bit more range. And speaking of like the whole goal of deleting things, I believe in PvP a full charge is a one-shot kill.
It is, oh yeah.
It's a little skillful to like pull off because you're gonna have to really read your opponent here. The whole through line with Arc is like, it really isn't that complicated. It's move fast, hit hard, and stay alive.
The room for error better be very small.
What I'm most excited about in Season of Plunder
With
is
that.
that this is
Is
really
this
a season
a
that has a
one-shot
sense
kill?
of adventure.
Come on, that's
You're exploring
too
the
powerful.
system. You're looking.
Actually. Oh, here we go. King's Fall.
Man, it is so awesome seeing King's Fall return to Destiny.
Yeah, actually, King's Fall was the first thing I got to work on at Bungie. And I'm thrilled that a whole new generation of Guardians will get to experience this refreshed and reloaded showdown with the Taken King.
So, we've shown you Lightfall. We've shown you the new damage type, Strand. We've shown you some of the deeper changes to the game that we're going to be making throughout the next year. But we have one more thing that we are excited to announce today.
Destiny is coming to the Epic Game Store today.
Epic has been an absolutely fabulous partner to work with. They love Destiny. And we are just huge fans of what they've been doing in the social game space. When we first started working with Epic, we sat down and talked about the impact that their games have had on us, and they had a bunch of the same stories for us.
They shared stories about playing the Vault of Glass and how much they enjoy the social experiences in Destiny. And I got to talk about the summer of Fortnite Chapter 1, Season 5, when my whole family was laser focused, taking turns in the island to unlock
In addition to launching all of Destiny 2 on the Epic Games Store today, for the next week, if you download the game on Epic, we will give you the 30th anniversary for free. If you haven't earned your Galahorn yet, or you haven't played the Grasp Dungeon, come to the Epic Games Store and you can jump in for free.
We want to welcome all these new Guardians with a celebration, one that stretches a little further than the last city.
So I just have to pay for mine, I guess.
We've also been working on the Destiny engine behind the scenes, preparing our technology and our game to last for many, many years to come. Because Destiny 2 is not going anywhere, and neither are your expansions. We want this story, since we first communed with the darkness on the moon, to be fully playable, start to finish. And we're happy to announce today that we are not planning to sunset any more expansions. We want the Destiny universe to grow, and we're going to continue to do everything that we can behind the scenes to keep that possible within our game engine.
But enough about the distant future. Let's talk about today, the best day all year to jump into Destiny.
Yes, because if you're looking to catch up, right now, all expansions are free to play for this entire week on every platform for everyone.
Right now, Season of Plunder is live, and the Helm's got a set of supercharged art gear for anyone looking to catch up on the fun.
Destiny is live on the Epic Games Store. You can download it for free, and you can get the 30th anniversary pack as your welcome gift.
And if you liked what you saw about
This
the
will definitely
future,
be good for new
right
players
now,
for sure.
pre-orders for Lightfall are live on all platforms, and anyone who purchases the annual pass gets the exotic auto rifle Quicksilver Storm today.
Today is a perfect day to play Destiny.
So we'll see you in game.
I mean, auto rifles are gonna be meta for the Lightfall when the Lightfall drops.
I've read about them.
Because I've been waiting for that for my whole life. Really appreciate you sticking around for the video. Just to go over like what we saw. So Lightfall looks really cool. We're gonna get Strand, which is new supers, a new subclass for the darkness. I'm like the idea of the grappling hook. I'm very interested in seeing which of these are going to be used for DPS, which are ad control. I'm a Warlock main, so you know, I would hope that the telepathic Strand super would be really cool, but I don't really have much hope for it. All the other ones look really good. The Titan and the Hunter look really good. Arc 3.0 we saw. The Hunter, they get the new where they get to throw the staff, and it's like a Tesla coil attacking anything that's near it. Titans get the thrusters, they get to move sideways. I didn't see what they did for Warlocks. I don't know. I guess we'll see, because I'm going to be filming my first experience with Witch Queen, or not Witch Queen, for season 18. What else? Oh, and we saw all the expansions are going to be free for the next week. And then if you buy the game on the Epic Games Store, or if you get the game on the Epic Games Store, you can claim the 30th anniversary pack for free, which means you can get Galahorn and the Witch Queen for free. I mean, all expansions are free, so that one isn't surprising, but you can get Galahorn for free. So really good for new players. This is going to be interesting to see. Maybe I'll have a chance in PvP if we get a ton of new players. But it was definitely there's definitely a lot to look forward to, especially with Lightfall. We get new Guardian, lateral Guardian from we get a new. First of all, we get a new city on Neptune that had never collapsed. It lived through the collapse. That's being overrun by Cabal, Dark Cabal. And they have their own version of Guardians, but I'm assuming they don't have the light, unless they created their own version of the light, which would be super interesting to see. I mean, it's so interesting to see, but we'll see. It looks really cool, and I'm really looking forward to it. We gotta wait till next February, which I mean, that's fine by me. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about the presentation today by Bungie, and hope you have a good one. Live.